What's good, boys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm be sharing with you why it's so important you pay attention to every move you make when you're dating women, because breakups always happen after a compilation of errors. You are the reason why she ended things. It's a mistake you made along the way, and not just one mistake, it's a compilation of them. Because if a chick really likes you, she's gonna give you more and more opportunities over and over again, more and more chances. Say if she's 100% interested into you, she's moving around her schedule to meet you, those type of indicators. She answers all your calls, all right? She's very high interested. She can't wait to see you. You start saying things she don't agree with. You start turning her off. There's a little bit of arguments. There's something she didn't like you said. Maybe some of your jokes were a little too far off. She's always gonna give you more and more chances over and over. She's gonna keep giving you chances. So when it comes to a point where she's ended things, just know there was always signs beforehand. There was always signs of her slowly dropping interest. And the best thing to do in that moment is, like, anytime a chick texts you just okay or K, everyone knows what that is. And there's a lot more texting psychology involved with current texting. If you want an idea of how advanced texting is and how to get your text game to the top level, you want to make sure you check out the texting manual. But it's as simple as okay. You sent her a long message and she sent you back okay. That's a good point of the interaction where you should say, yeah, she's not cool, she's not good, I'm losing her. The moment you see that, you want to start shifting things. Because if you continue that momentum, you're eventually gonna lose it. I had this happen a few times. And I tell guys, whenever they get on the coaching call with me, tell me what happened. Don't just say, oh, and out of nowhere, she just flaked and never stopped talking to me. There was always moments beforehand. There was always moments beforehand you could have picked up on and noticed it and changed your course of action. If that's being too needy, it's taking a chill pill, falling back. All right, going a couple days, letting it cool down, not being over needy about the outcome. There was a book written by, I forget his name, but he wrote it. It's called The Gift of Fear. It's one of the best books that I've read. But essentially, he was able to realize, because he came up with, he works actually for the US military, and he's able to predict crime, violence, any and every single time. And he was able to outsmart a computer algorithm. And his method of predicting violence and crime is nearly 100%. So he says anytime there's violence, there was always indicators beforehand. There was always indicators beforehand. And it's usually more than one. He said it's almost always more than one piece of evidence that can prove, or at least you could have predicted. All right, guys, so you want to make sure you are predicting. You want to have an idea, okay, this is where I am right now with her. I'm losing her because she texted me this, she texted me that. Oh, she's not answering my calls anymore, or she's being a little bit more short than usual. I have to change my course of action. What I did wrong? So you can recover it, because you're constantly battling value impressions when you're dating women. She sees you up here at a high value, it can easily drop, and then you lose her. She can see you down here, and you can raise her value in your value in her eyes, right? And you get her more interested. Don't be a fool and don't let things just slip past you, guys. You could have always predicted it. It was even a moment where I met this girl on Hinge, and we was talking on the phone for almost 2 hours, something I almost never do. But I was on the phone with her, and she says, I don't go on dates. Or I asked her, let's meet up for a date on Wednesday. She's like, I don't go on dates. I said, what do you mean you don't go on dates? Like, guys don't take you out? She's like, no, I just never go on dates. Guys ask me out, but I always just get too shy or too nervous or too busy or yada, yada, yada. She says she just doesn't go on dates. Like, she literally told me all she does is flake. That's all she does. She never meets up with guys. And I made a mistake. It got to a point where I asked her out, then I became more pushy and pushy. You know, I try to build her sense of urgency. Sometimes what I do with chicks, just build their sense of urgency and fear of missing out. But with her, it didn't necessarily work. Right? And I genuinely did want to meet her before I had something come up. Like I had a flight, and I generally did want to meet her before the flight. But to her, she wouldn't have reacted well to that because she already gets shy and weird about meetups. So I was never supposed to ask her out more than about once or twice. Okay, me being pushy about the meetup just made her almost decrease value in her eyes. It's like, wow, he's too available, he's too this, he's too that. The guy I once wanted and kind of felt like I needed to chase, he's just too available, he's too readily trying to meet up. When in my eyes, it was all about, let me get the meetup before my flight. Does that make sense, guys? So that's the mistake that I made. And it wasn't just that. It was an accumulation of it because she was still texting me back. She was still saying, don't worry, you know, I still want to meet you. I still want to meet up. Let's just meet up again when you're back, you know, and stuff. And I'm like, no, it has to be now. And over time, guys, I eventually lost her. And I recovered. Got another chick. That's what you do when you're at the top level. Learn from your mistakes and be able to predict what's upcoming. We'll wrap up this video. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in learning more advanced, dating strategy to help you find love and happiness in your dating life, you want to make sure you check out topleveldating.com. World's leading dating strategist. This works everywhere, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Are you aware of emotional damage done to men when women flake on dates?
Last week I was in New York City for a day and a half and I had literally 700 girls like my profile.
Swear to God on my father's ring, the is a the men that want quality dating lives.
I just never could get close to the results I want.
Need you.
Birth rates in the United States tick down.
Instant overnight results.
I'd be matching with almost every other girl I swiped on.
You have to learn from someone who have a shit ton of experience. You can meet a lot of chicks, start a romantic story.
Your text game is very effective and straightforward.
This is all you are going to see.
Your approach compared to other dating coaches.
All these other dating coaches, bro, they're not changing anything.
Compared to the quality of matches I'm getting now. So KT knows what he's doing.
Dude, the quality of girls I see out nowadays, you're not going to be getting the same quality of girls that you're getting on these apps.
Who else is doing this?
I really recommend this program.
You are damn near curing the problem.
Because I have such high quality options.
Really heavy duty intelligence is not going to be distributed all over the place. It'll be in a limited number of server centers, like very sort of deep AI.